He's weaponizing law enforcement for a high-level election interference. Crooked Joe Biden ordered his top political opponent arrested.
This is using the Justice Department to go after your political opponent.
As I see it, which is that we see the legal system being weaponized against political opponents. That is un-American and unacceptable.
Former President Donald Trump doubled down on his claims that the Justice Department is being weaponized against him.
Well, we should impeach Merrick Garland. We ought to impeach Director Wray as well.
FBI, the whole Justice Department needs to be looked at.
They want to avenge their party's leader, seeking to show their fealty and fire up the GOP base, who has consistently threatened political opponents, saying in a new interview he may throw them in jail.
Think of it. The former Secretary of State, but the president's wife into jail. Wouldn't that be a terrible thing? And it's very possible that it's going to have to happen to them.
She should be locked up, tell you right now.
She should be locked up. She should.
It's right. Lock them up. You should lock them up. Lock up the Bidens. Lock up Hillary.
I mean, where does this end? So we go after them, they go after us, then we go after them, and then after us, and then people don't have faith in the judicial system.
Donald Trump, more than any other politician, is literally famous for wanting to jail his political opponents.
Hillary Clinton, I didn't say lock her up, but the people would all say lock her up, lock her up.
I know it was a long 27 seconds ago, but here it is again.
She should be locked up, tell you right now.
She should be locked up. She should. I didn't say lock her up. 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 She should be locked up. I didn't say lock her up.
Republicans are now realizing it is hard to claim you're the victim of a rigged justice system when their presidential candidate has spent his whole political career trying to rig the justice system.
Well, now Trump allies are plotting their revenge and their retaliation against the people who have had the audacity to hold the ex-president accountable. This reporting today, quote, within hours of a jury finding Trump guilty last week, the anger congealed into demands for action. Since then, prominent GOP leaders in and out of government have demanded that elected Republicans use every available instrument of power against Democrats, including targeted investigations and prosecutions. Here's how Trump henchman Stephen Miller puts it.
Every facet of Republican Party politics and power has to be used right now to go toe to toe with Marxism and beat these communists.
Bannon said in a text message to the Times on Tuesday that now is the moment for obscure Republican prosecutors around the country to make a name for themselves by prosecuting Democrats. The intensity of anger and open desire for using the criminal justice system against Democrats after the verdict surpasses anything seen before in Trump's tumultuous years in national politics. What's different now is the range of Republicans who are saying retaliation is necessary and who are no longer cloaking their intent with euphemisms. As we reported on this program yesterday, Speaker Mike Johnson is planning on punishing DOJ using any tool at his disposal. Jim Jordan is proposing barring federal funds from going to Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg or Fulton County DA Fani Willis. All of it in service of the guy who had the sex with the porn star and paid to cover it up. Trump, he's made it crystal clear that this is his vision for revenge.
Revenge does take time, I will say that.
It does.
And sometimes revenge can be justified, Phil. I have to be honest. Sometimes it can. I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the United States of America, Joe Biden, and the entire Biden crime family.
It's hard to actually imagine that any president would talk about revenge.
A president who has said, I will be your retribution, and now says to the media, maybe I will throw in jail Democratic officials. Notice he didn't say why. He didn't say that there had been a crime committed. He just said, maybe I need to do that. That is my retribution. This is a terrifying cycle, and it's okay to recognize it as such and recognize that the American people have a choice in November that matters.
The unprecedented success of the United States of America will be my ultimate and absolute revenge. That's what I want. Success will be our revenge.
So, friends, as Donald Trump vows to use his presidential powers to seek revenge on his enemies, President Joe Biden chooses the rule of law rather than using his presidential powers to help his son out of a jam. Donald Trump is vowing to abuse the powers of the presidency if he's reelected, to weaponize the Department of Justice, to punish his perceived enemies, to seek revenge. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
The unprecedented success of the United States of America will be my ultimate and absolute revenge. That's what I want. Success will be our revenge.